Hey everyone, this is Jake here. Whatever. We literally talk about whatever. Welcome back. I've been on hiatus for the better part of around 2 months, but I'm back, and today we're going to be looking at future unities. James Webb Space Telescope just detected artificial lights in Proxima b. I love space. I don't know about you, and if you haven't heard of Future Unity, who made this video, all the credit goes to them. We're just learning what they found. You and I are watching this video for the first time. All right. If you haven't heard of them, go check them out. Again, that's Future Unity. They have updates on space and science, technology, all sorts of really cool stuff. So make sure you go show them some love. I've been away for a little bit. Just a real quick update. I've been on hiatus for a little bit just because I wasn't really in the right headspace. I was feeling kind of what's the word for it? Somewhat indifferent about just about everything. It may have been, I don't know, wherever my headspace was, that's where it was. And that would not have made for good videos. That's why I didn't record anything. But I'm back, and I still have my handy dandy notebook for all of your requests that I have written down and everybody's name. I'm still doing the giveaway, and don't you worry about that. It's coming up here soon, I promise you. And I have some new content that's going to be coming out soon. I've been working really hard the past couple weeks trying to figure out how I was going to sort everything out and when I was going to release it. So if you're watching this video, it's in the works. All that other stuff is in the works, and it's coming out. And I really appreciate everybody sticking around. And if you have any suggestions for videos or any suggestions for me how to make the content better, then please let me know in the comments section below, or hit me up directly on any of my social media profiles, which will be in the description of this video as well. And so let's figure out what they found on Proxima b, because I'm excited. I love stuff like this, and I hope you do too.
Humans have long conjured up images of what life might be like on distant planets. And when the search for exoplanets entered its golden era, interest in Earth 2.0, our planet's twin, circling within the habitable zone of its star, increased. However, searches have so far come up empty, forcing researchers to employ some creative thinking to locate another possible home for life in the universe. That query can now be resolved thanks to the James Webb Space Telescope. The most powerful telescope in the world will provide fresh resources to answer the age-old question of whether or not there is life outside of Earth. Join us as we explore James Webb's terrifying discovery of city lights that changes everything. The only life we are aware of so far is on Earth. People have questioned if there is life in the universe since the dawn of civilization. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence SETI project was started in 1984 by American astronomers Jill Tarter and Thomas Pearson to conduct such interstellar searches. The non-profit organization's goal is to collect radio transmissions from space. Because radio waves are less scattered or absorbed than other types of radiation, they can travel farther and are therefore more likely to be picked up by the 42 radio telescopes that make up the unique Allen Telescope Array in the Californian Cascade Mountains. However, no confirmed alien signal has been picked up in 30 years. After that, the search was helped by the successful deployment of the James Webb Space Telescope JWST, the largest telescope in the world, which is floating about 1 million.
I did a video on the James Webb Space Telescope, or maybe a few, but I'll try and find it, and I'll have it in the link at the very end. And if you haven't seen it, or if you don't know what it is, that video will blow your friggin' mind as to how much the James Webb Space Telescope can do. So if you are so inclined, you can go ahead and click on that video that I'll have, like I said, at the end of this video. So I didn't mean to interrupt too much, but yeah, I just wanted to point that one out.
Million miles from Earth and equipped with extremely sensitive detectors will study a variety of distant, undiscovered planets orbiting far-off stars. Other than the planets in our solar system, no other planets were recognized 20 years ago, but more than 4,000 more planets, sometimes known as exoplanets, have since been found orbiting other stars. According to NASA, there could be trillions of exoplanets in the universe. Extraterrestrial plant life may provide the earliest indications of life outside of our solar system. While traveling, GALILEO spacecraft turned its instruments back toward Earth and detected the definite sign of the presence of plants. The vegetation red edge VRE biosignature, a combination of red and infrared light reflected by plants, was picked up by the device. If there is an Earth-like planet covered in jungle, for example, it should have a strong VRE signal that should be simple to detect. The JWST will measure the VRE of distant Earth-like planets in the habitable zone around stars. The makeup of the exoplanet atmospheres may contain significant indicators of life. The JWST may be able to detect sunlight passing through an exoplanet's atmosphere when it crosses the face of its star. The missing wavelengths in the light would subsequently be found using spectroscopy. The atmosphere's atoms and molecules absorb particular wavelengths, leaving a distinct fingerprint that the JWST can detect. In this approach, the atmosphere's makeup may be discovered and the potential for life can be deduced. If Earth-sized planets with atmospheres like our own were discovered with a predominance of oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide, those planets would probably be able to sustain life. And it could be possible to spot technological life by checking for the presence of substances that don't happen to occur normally. Chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, which were produced for use in cleaning products and refrigeration, would likely be visible to aliens observing Earth's atmosphere from a distance. CFCs in planetary atmospheres would be a telltale sign of a civilization if the JWST discovered them. In fact, life on exoplanets might not resemble life on Earth at all. Even earthly life, such as extremophile species, can occasionally appear foreign. This is a group of organisms, primarily bacteria, that can survive in conditions that will make it impossible for other living things to survive. Some of them can tolerate temperatures as high as 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Others can endure temperatures as low as -4 degrees Fahrenheit. Others exist on Earth in locations where we would not anticipate finding any life at all, including some that live in strong acids with pH levels below 3. However, it would be wise to start looking at Earth-like planets first, since they are more likely to host life than planets.
Sorry about that, everybody. A lot of noise going on, so I had to pause. I'll probably have to edit this at some point.
Looking at Earth-like planets first, since they are more likely to host life than planets with extreme temperatures or acidic environments. Prime candidates may orbit a stable star and have temperatures that permit liquid water to exist on their surfaces. Our Sun is characterized as a yellow G-type star, but in our universe these stars are less frequent and typically have shorter lives.
It's a G-type, a gangster type. That's the only way we live here on Earth, man. I'll tell you that right now. Aw, yeah.
Planets revolving around red dwarf stars, which are more prevalent and have a lower luminosity and temperature than the Sun, may be a more likely subject of study. Because of the substantially longer lifespans of these stars, there is more time for the emergence of life and for evolution to produce complex life forms. JWST's initial mission will examine the TRAPPIST-1 planetary system around 40 light-years from Earth. It comprises 7 rocky planets the size of Earth around a peaceful red dwarf star. In the so-called habitable zone, 3 of the rocky planets could have liquid water on their surfaces. Despite having a considerably smaller and cooler mass than our Sun, the TRAPPIST-1 star, because of its planet's tight orbit, emits light that is comparable to that of Earth. Proxima Centauri, a red dwarf star that is 4.25 light-years away from the Sun and our closest star, offers us the best opportunity of observing city lights outside of the solar system. A planet must be 20 times closer to Proxima's furnace than the Earth is to the Sun in order for it to support life based on liquid water, because this star is approximately 600 times fainter than the Sun. In this habitable zone, astronomers identified a planet in August 2016 that weighed 1.3 Earth masses. The fact that Proxima b orbits its dim red dwarf star Proxima Centauri at a distance of only 4.6 million miles raises the possibility that it is a lifeless, airless planet. In contrast, Earth is 93 million kilometers from the Sun. Proxima b is in a tight orbit that provides enough sunlight for temperatures similar to those on Earth and liquid water, but it also exposes the planet to strong solar winds that can completely destroy its atmosphere. Proxima b is believed to be tidally locked, showing the same side to the star at all times as the Moon does in relation to Earth as a result of its close proximity to the star. There is a permanent day side and a permanent night side on Proxima b. Sadly, models indicate that tidally locked planets' atmospheres may be vulnerable to rapid collapse as volatile gases freeze out on the night side. However, volcanic activity can also replenish atmospheres. and on planets with powerful magnetic fields, these atmospheres are less likely to escape. We are unable to even speculate about Proxima B's likelihood of having an atmosphere because we have no knowledge of the planet's volcanic activity or magnetic field strength. But we're desperate to know, since an atmosphere implies the existence of seas, and the two combined imply the existence of life. If a sophisticated civilization already exists on Proxima B, its day side may be covered with solar cells to provide electricity that would light and warm the night side, which would otherwise be too cold and dark for comfortable habitation. The JWST enters the picture here. The infrared heat signature on Proxima B holds the key to detecting the atmosphere of the planet. Additionally, Hubble's successor has a strong affinity for the infrared region of the spectrum, so the James Webb Space Telescope might be able to see city lights on Proxima B's night side permanently. Webb.
You know what I thought? Maybe like, since they're tidally locked, since one side is constantly facing the star, I guess would there be like, there's maybe like a strip that would be equal to the Goldilocks zone of a solar system that would be not, wouldn't be totally light or dark, maybe like in the middle. Did anybody think about, am I the only one that thought about that? Sounds kind of dumb, I guess, but that, I feel like that would be the only habitable like spot on the planet, unless like they said there was an advanced civilization that just happens to live there and can warm one side of the planet, I guess. I mean, that's, but to be able to power the whole planet or warm one whole half of it, that sounds crazy.
Webb could detect artificial illumination as long as it was restricted to a frequency band that is 1,000 times narrower than the starlight, even if it were as weak as what our civilization currently uses on the night side of Earth. Based on its distinctive spectral edge in reflecting starlight, Proxima B's day side is covered in solar panels to a significant extent. There is no difference between day and night as Proxima B orbits its star. The temperature is hot during the day and cools at night. However, because an atmosphere and ocean transfer heat, the temperature difference between day and night depend on whether the planet is made up entirely of bare rock or not. In other words, if there is no atmosphere, the temperature differential between Proxima B's day side and its night side will be greater. In fact, we can compute the precise amount of blackbody radiation that should be there because the day side will re-emit all the energy it gets from Proxima Centauri as a black body. On the other hand, the night side will resemble a frozen version of hell. We can assume the existence of an atmosphere if there is a less dramatic temperature differential between day and night. Conveniently, the JWST will quickly complete its orbit around Proxima B, taking only 11.2 Earth days to measure the infrared radiation from both of its faces. The next stage will be to determine the composition of Proxima B's atmosphere, assuming that it does have one. In particular, we'll want to keep an eye out for substances like oxygen, water vapor, and methane, because they might point to the presence of habitable conditions, if not living organisms. However, to do this, we must capture starlight as it reflects off or passes through the planet's atmosphere, which is a very challenging task. However, because Webb was not designed to search for extraterrestrial life, the telescope can only closely analyze a few of the closest potentially habitable worlds. Additionally, it is restricted to monitoring changes in water vapor, methane, and carbon dioxide concentrations in the atmosphere. Even while some mixes of these gases may be suggestive of life, Webb is unable to detect the presence of unbonded oxygen, which is the strongest indicator of life.
So then how would, if anybody knows the answer, how would they, NASA or whoever, yeah, probably NASA, but or ESO, I guess, one of them, how would you make all these different calculations if it's tidally locked and you're only, I feel like you'd only really be able to see one side, if that makes any sense, right? So you're always constantly getting one side, even when the planet's on the opposite side of the Proxima Centauri. Like, how would you even see the planet? Because, well, no, you wouldn't even be able to see the face of it because of all the pollution that you're getting from the sun, the sun itself. So you wouldn't be able to see the face of it. You would only be able to see the rear of it and probably partial partial images of it from the side or something, maybe. I don't know. I can't. I mean, I don't know all the answers to this. I have no clue. It's just something I was thinking about right now.
Extremely Large Telescope, which is anticipated to start operations in the middle of the 2020s, is one of the upcoming ground-based observatories that will be able to perform a full atmospheric analysis. The JWST may be able to detect a few compounds, including ozone. A cutting-edge concept for the future, even more potent space telescopes includes ideas to block the glaring brightness of a planet's host star in order to expose starlight reflected back from the planet. To better view something in the distance, think of doing something akin to blocking the sun with your hand. Small interior masks or big exterior umbrella-shaped spacecraft could be used in future space telescopes to accomplish this. Studying light reflecting off a planet is significantly simpler after the starlight is obstructed. Meet humans. Let us know what you think in the comments section below.
That's pretty interesting. I think they alluded to city lights. I know I heard it, but I don't think it was really set in stone or anything like that. I think it was more so a theory. But there at the very end, they were talking about being like, when you do this with, like, when you're trying to see far or something, or in the middle of the day too, you can block out a lot of stuff and be able to, I mean, that's basically what a telescope does, but yeah, it's the same concept. The only thing is we're traveling so fast that the material would have to be extremely strong to be able to withstand, you know, even like dust or very small like rocks or something that would possibly penetrate and mess it up or something, which I think is what that was probably, I mean, I'm sure they've thought about everything, but I'm just saying, like, all those really expensive looking rose gold or gold plates or mirrors or whatever you want to call it on the James Webb Space Telescope, I'm sure they're made of some crazy stuff, or maybe they've figured out a way to prevent that from happening, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. I always love learning new stuff. I learned a little bit about a planet that they're potentially looking for in Proxima Centauri. That's pretty cool. And as long as you're learning something new every day, I mean, that's what really matters, right? I really appreciate y'all watching this, if you did watch it. And if you're new here, I always appreciate the views. A like, subscribe, share, however you want to do it. If you want to do that. If you don't, then, you know, you don't. And if you didn't like the video, just let me know too, because, hey, you know, everybody's different. Everybody has, you know, things they like and don't like. So it is what it is, right? Either way, I still appreciate you. Well, that'll do it for me here. That'll be it for me here today. So just keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. Los ojos. Keep an eye out for the next video. And until then, just keep sending it.